So the piece is one of a set of 6 choral pieces that I wrote as a cycle altogether that I kind of did in my last year of composition studies at U of C. And I wanted every piece to have something to do with the theme of water. And one of the pieces in the cycle, I knew I wanted to kind of have a grandiose space cosmic feeling to it. And so put those two together, and that's where this came from. So. Yeah, so kind of along with the space bit, there was kind of a desire to encapsulate the grandness of space in terms of spatial space and time. And so kind of the way that the piece is organized, there's, at the beginning we start out and things kind of, they start slowly and they move more quickly and more quickly, and then we get to this middle section which things are moving along at a speedy clip, and then we kind of come to a place where it almost stops. And there I kind of visualize it as time has stopped and we're kind of existing in this impossible moment, describing what's going on in this basically unfathomable thing that happens in the universe from time to time. That's kind of the idea. So very gratifying. It's a kind of interesting thing to have something in your head, or to use some like a sonic aid like a piano or something like that, to create a set of sounds which mean something to me personally, and then to have other people want to perform your music, find meaning in it for themselves, and then share it with a whole bunch of other people in the way that it was always intended to be shared, is it's pretty powerful and moving and a very gratifying experience. I do, yeah. But I feel like there's been a lot of jokes at that lately. Like Kantorei members have been saying, well, you haven't sung this, so you don't know about it. Well, actually, I have sung it, so, but I get that for sure. But yeah, I do, I enjoy singing this piece, so I think it's fun. Yeah, sometimes more than others. I definitely, singing is one of my greatest musical loves. I've been singing since I was 6 years old, so choral and vocal music are very important to me, and that's kind of where my interest lies. Along my compositional journey, I've made efforts to write for a number of different instruments, but definitely music for the voice has always been my biggest love. So in addition to things, choral music like Apple Pie, I really enjoy arranging pop songs. And so I've had several opportunities to do that over the last few years for local groups, and those have always been also rewarding in a different way, but also a really good time. I would say that I don't have one favorite composer. There is so much different music that I appreciate from different composers for different reasons. So I'll just give you 3 composers and 3 pieces real quick. One is kind of the musical structure of this piece was loosely inspired by the piece of an Estonian composer, Urmas Sisask, called Benedictio, which I sang a few years ago. And then I heard a piece yesterday by Yellowknife composer Carmen Braden, and I've had the pleasure to work with Carmen in the context of singing in Spiritus and performing some of her works a few times, and also Luminous Voices, which has been fantastic. And she composed a piece called Crooked by Nature, which Luminous Voices just premiered yesterday, and I had sung Carmen's work before, but this was different and also wonderfully her, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then the last one, throw out there quickly, there is a piece by British composer Joby Talbot, which is called Path of Miracles. And that, I want to kind of bring that as a favorite piece and a favorite composer because it kind of completely changed the way that I imagine what a cappella choral singing could be, in a really wonderful and engaging and deep way. And I've had the pleasure of singing that piece twice. So. It's funny, I mean, I've been singing for so long, I almost have to kind of approach that from the opposite direction. I can't imagine what it's like to not be singing because I haven't really done that in such a long time. But for me, a huge part of it has always been a sense of camaraderie, getting to be part of an ensemble with a group of people who obviously we're coming together to make music but to have them kind of mean something to me personally, that's always been important to me. So the social element of it. And also just striving for the creation of something which we're all passionate about. And I really enjoy kind of working toward a high musical standard and achieving something really neat. So.
Great.